Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here, and this is my review of what happened today and what's likely to happen tomorrow. This is a regular feature that I do, and the time is 7 p.m. in the evening, 7 past 7, and it's the 16th of January 2024. And at this point of time, we are looking at the market to take stock of it. What happened today? It was basically Federal Reserve Governor Christopher Waller warning easing monetary policy may come slower than anticipated. And this enabled the bonds to start reacting to it, and bond yields started rising and markets started falling after 11:33 a.m. And this is what I think can explain why the market turned bad despite decent bank results. The future catalysts include other federal governors speaking, and also the retail sales data that might show the strength of Christmas sales. I believe that should come tomorrow. That will be another positive. And I think we are now in a period of time when earnings results will be the catalyst either way for the market as they start arriving at a steady pace. So we need to look at the companies that are going to report earnings tomorrow or the next week and so on, like we used to do earlier, so that we can get into the stride of looking at the earnings season and be on top of the market. With that said, let's get started. Welcome back, friends. Here is the free fear and greed index, and we are slowly dropping into the middle of greed. At one time, 3 or 4 days ago, we were at 74, then we came to 73, 72, 71, and today we ended up at 70 on the 16th of January 2024. So the animal spirits are slowly going away from the market. That said, if you were to look at the heat map, you will find that the money has moved out of the stock market. And where did it go? I think it went into treasuries and bonds because of the Fed speak that we had today, where they said that interest rate reduction is not going to happen anytime soon. So something to that effect, and that has caused the money to move away from the stock market and into bonds, because we have lost across the board. The only gainer was NVDA, which is still going very strong. I think if these catalysts were not there, NVDA would have gone up much faster. So it's on a very strong bull track. I don't know when it's going to start breaking, but that's what I would like to say about the S&P 500 heat map. We also need to look at the earnings calendar. So here's the earnings calendar from MarketBeat. It's a really nice website. I was subscribed to them for a while, but then I have discontinued. But if you look at the earnings for tomorrow, we are looking at earnings from American National Bank shares, Bank First. Then let us see some big names out here which might matter. Charles Schwab, US Bancorp. I don't think we're going to have much of a stimulus from the earnings tomorrow. We'll come back and check this out day after. Well, friends, here we are in the Nasdaq futures, and it's positive. It's up 0.07% at this point of time. That is around 10 past 7 p.m. On the 16th of January. 2024, that's when I'm recording this video. If we go to QQQ is moderately down by minus 0.01. When I was getting ready to start this recording, it had started going up. So you can see here at the bottom, post-market, it's up 0.03%. So things are starting to look slightly better for the Nasdaq, at least post-market and in the futures. So with that said, I think I would like to change the time scale out here. This is a 1 minute chart. Each candle is 1 minute. We usually go for a 1 year chart with a daily candle, and I'm just going to move out of there and come back into it. So we can see a cup and handle pattern forming out here. Hopefully this line of support out here, which is at 406.75, should give support, and then we bounce back up, and that would probably set us up for potentially, I'm just going to draw this line out here right up to the neckline and then clone this and change the color so that we can see that it's different. Take it up to the neckline. So we are looking at a potential target of, roll the drums, 423.08. So 423.08 is the potential target for this cup and handle if it was to come true. So things are looking good. And if I look at the momentum, it's above average. I would have wished that it should be pointed upwards. It is flat, but MACD is still moving towards the signal line. It's actually moving parallel to the signal line. So it will just take a little nudge for it to get in. And we have very strong support here today. The 9-day exponential moving average along with the horizontal support at 406.75 helped us stay above. And I'm counting on the same to help us push up tomorrow. And also the post-market positive is also giving me a bit of optimism for tomorrow. That said, the VIX was up 4.46%. That's a tremendous jump from yesterday, which is not a good sign. And also, if I look at the MACD and the momentum, I think that the VIX is telling us to be cautious, that tomorrow may again be a tumultuous day and the shares may fall further. So post-market also, I think I don't have any data here for post-market, so I'll leave it. Then if you go to S&P 500, you got post-market flat, and during the day it went down minus 3.37. So now it has converted the last support that it had at 476.22 into a resistance. So it's not looking good, my friends. Momentum is also pointed down. MACD is also bearish and moving away from the signal line. It doesn't look good for S&P 500. Dow Jones was down minus 0.6. And it is being pushed down by the 9-day exponential moving average, and it has got support from the 20-day exponential moving average. However, the MACD and the momentum are telling a bad story. It's not looking good out there. US dollar index has jumped up, and you will see that US dollar index responds in the opposite. This is a response to the probability of Fed staying hawkish for longer. And that's the result that you are seeing out here. Remember, the market has priced in 6 interest rate cuts, and whatever the Fed speak happened today is denting that. So if it's going to be just 3 as per the Fed, and if the Fed is now saying that it won't be happening as fast as we thought, then I think indirectly they are saying maybe we'll have less than 3 rate cuts. So now we are looking at 2 rate cuts versus 6 expected, and that's why USD is reacting this way. And Russell index is down minus 1.24%, and it has converted the resistance at 191.38, support of 191.38 into a resistance. So it's not able to go above this. And let me mark this also as a resistance. And momentum and MACD both are weak, so Russell is going to go down further. US oil is down. It's still below the 9-day exponential moving average. It has a very, very tight correlation with the 9-day exponential moving average. And I think the MACD doesn't look that bad, but the momentum is looking bad. It's below average and pointed down, so US oil may go down further. Put call is, I would say, neutral. And if we look at the number of companies in the S&P 500 which are above their 50-day average, I would say that the number is steadily falling to 77.93 today. So the broad-based support that it had is no longer present. And if in light of this, if you look at how QQQ has done, it has just dropped minus 0.01. That means there are some big stocks which are holding up the market. That's how we have to look at it. And if those start falling, then the fall will be very rapid. That's the fear out there. Then if we look at the major Magnificent 5 plus 2, I would say NVDA really performed well with a gain of 3.06, and it's overbought. And the MACD is wildly bullish. I don't know how long it can sustain this movement upwards. It has got to give somewhere. Let us see what happens. It's defying gravity. Netflix is down minus 2.22%, and MACD and the momentum are showing that it's going to fall further. And if you look at Meta, it was down minus 1.88. MACD is still bullish. Momentum is still above average, but the only point is that it's sloping downwards, which is wrong. That's why I think unless there is a sentiment change tomorrow in the market, Meta will go down. Tesla was up 0.47%, and it has jumped back from the bottom out here on the RSI. It has to pick up. It is still weak, and the MACD is still further away. So I think we still see a little bit of red possibility in Tesla going forward. And then I'm going to look at Microsoft, which was up 0.46%, started very high and then came down during the day. And at one point it went below where we ended yesterday and then recovered quickly. So there was a stray deal that was done that was way below yesterday's closing. And then it went up. That's what explains this wick out here. The stock is looking very strong, just the RSI is oversold, so that's overbought, that's the problem. So there could be a bit of consolidation. Maybe tomorrow also we may open higher and then start coming down. So that is a possibility, distinct possibility. FNGU was down 1.09%, still being supported by the 9-day exponential moving average, but MACD and momentum are not telling a good story because they are looking bearish. Apple was down 1.23% and it has managed to come back into the line of support, which is out here, this diagonal line of support. So that's a positive for us. The negative is that it is still below the 100-day exponential moving average, which is at 184.63. And the other negative is that the momentum is below average and falling down further. Google was down 0.11%. And its momentum is pretty good. MACD is also good, but both of them are showing signs of weakness. So we'll have to depend on the 9-day exponential moving average to support the share tomorrow. And then we have Amazon, which was down minus 0.94%, still being supported by the 9-day exponential moving average, being constrained by the horizontal line of resistance at 154.61. And MACD is looking good, but I think it's getting ready to cross over to the bearish side. To that extent, I think that's a bad indication. Even though momentum is above average, it is pointed down. That's again a bad thing. But Amazon is a great company. Any weakness would be an opportunity to buy, in my opinion. That said, let's go on and have a look at genomics. And we have ALLO, which was down 2.8%. And the charts are looking very weak. It's likely to go down further. ARKG was down minus 2.71%. It has converted a support into a resistance that is at 29.96. And today it has been propped up by the 100-day exponential moving average, which is this yellow line. But it has managed the difficult feat of breaking through a very strong support that it had, which was the confluence of the 50-day exponential moving average and the horizontal support. It broke through all of that, and the MACD and momentum are not looking good. Beam was down minus 1.95. Chart is looking very bad. It was held up by the support at 25.10, but I think tomorrow it's going to give up. And Bluebird was down minus 4.67. And it's still being constrained by the 9-day exponential moving average despite a valiant effort yesterday. That was a pure catalyst from the CEO who spoke at JP Morgan 24, and he gave some optimistic vibes and the market responded to it, but now it's gone. Bionanogenomics down minus 5.15%, plumbing new depths. I'm going to put a bottom out here for Bionano. And this is where it has been bounced off before. So if it goes below this, then God knows where it's going to go, because MACD and momentum both are looking pretty bad. Caribou Biosciences was down 3.59%, and MACD and momentum both are looking bad. It's supported by the bear channel, by a new bear channel, the support of a new bear channel, which is the resistance of the previous bear channel. So things are not looking great for Caribou. CRISPR Therapeutics was down minus 1.28%, still constrained by the 9-day exponential moving average, supported by 61.66. MACD is not looking great. Momentum is just above average and flat, so I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow for it. DNA is plumbing more depths. It lost around 8 more cents, which is 6.15%. And it has gone down to $1.22. And it's almost at the 30% mark on the RSI, below which it will be oversold. And that's when I think I'll swoop in for a small number of DNA shares purely as a speculative position for swing trade. And then Editas was down 2.65%. And both MACD and momentum are looking bad, and it has fallen below the support which is at 9.07. So I'm going to mark this as a resistance going forward. Illumina, I thought was going to go up today, but it went down. It broke down below the 9-day exponential moving average, and it's being held up by the 100-day exponential moving average, which is at 135.19. Illumina closed at 135.14, and it's got support by the 20-day exponential moving average, which is at 133.76. But the chart is not looking good, friends. It's going to fall further. IMTX was down minus 3.67. It has got strong momentum, but the momentum is sloping downwards, which is not a good sign. And MACD is also moving towards the signal line to cross over to the bearish side. So we have to depend on this 9-day exponential moving average support for tomorrow and hope that it holds. And then we come to NTLA. NTLA was down 3.29%. Charts are looking very weak. NVTA was down 0.02%. It's a very thin doji candle, green doji candle, and MACD and momentum both are looking bad. Chart is very weak. PACB is down another 4.32%. There is something big we don't know about PACB. It's a mystery. Let us see if there is any news today. No, I don't have anything. Any news. Nobody knows why PACB is going down. Nobody in our community has been able to tell me, which means it's a big secret. But PACB is getting more and more attractive as it continues to fall, and it's almost at the 30% on RSI, after which it has to bounce up. In the past, it has been below 30 for a short period of time, so that may happen this time because MACD is also very, very bearish. But there's a good chance that we may bounce off this 30%. Bottom fishers may come in, and you can have a dead cat bounce there. Prime was down 12.27%. That's a very big drop. Is there any news? Prime Medicine falls after Stifel downgrades to hold, cuts price target. So it's a question of an analyst saying that the share is not great. Okay. VERV was down 1.80%, and MACD and momentum both are looking bad. Well, friends, so we are in the strange time in the market where the earnings season has started. Earnings season will give steady catalysts. And this week, there's a lot of Fed governors who are going to speak. And whenever somebody speaks, they may adjust the market sentiment. So the Fed speak today ended up with the US dollar index going up, and the bond market reacting to the bullish Fed, and as a result of which the share market fell. So we'll have to see what happens here. With that, my friends, I would like to bring this video to an end. I hope you have a great day. Put your thoughts and strategies in the description, in the comment section, and I can interact with you. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.